I like to give you a little piece of advice here, Hoss. Whenever you talk in a microphone, talk right into the microphone there. You kind of lift it away from it. But even if you had talked into the microphone, you didn't have anything to say when you got up here. You're ridiculously bad with the microphone. But here's what you ought to do. On your way to do a set next time, stop at the convenience store and just tell them the joke. And if nobody laughs at it...
A hat. I walk into a bar with a hat on. This guy real pissy goes, "Took off the hat!" I'm like, "What's the deal?" He goes, "I'll tell you what the deal is. Faggots in this area wear hats. We're trying to keep them out of our club." I'm like, "Oh, really? The only way we could tell down south is if they have their hair cut like yours." And then some guys that took me there asked me if I wanted to go to a topless club, and I didn't want to go. I just ended up going because you guys backed me up on this. You've seen one woman naked. You want to see the rest of them naked.
I'm 60 years old and I know two things to be true. Anything has the potential to become a DUI checkpoint if you crash your car into it. And you can't unfuck the babysitter.
We had some engine trouble. We lost some oil pressure in one of the engines, and they told us about it over the speaker system of the plane. It was weird. Everybody on the plane was nervous, but I'd been drinking since lunch, and I was like, "Take it down, I don't care."
In a few years, if Barbara's boobs start to sag too much, there's a place you can go where they can just lift them right back up where they were. You can actually go to a titty bar, pick out a set of titties, and say, "I want those titties on that woman right there."
I was leaving a party the other day and this buddy of mine goes, "Hey, Ron, can you drive?" I was like, "I can drive. I can't get pulled over."
"Do you know what gay means?" He goes, "That's where a man likes a man or a woman likes a woman, but they can't have babies." You believe that? 6 years old, this kid knows what gay means? I didn't find out what gay meant till I started hitchhiking. I wrote a book, 7 Silly Secrets Truckers Just Don't Want You to Know.
Now, I'm not saying I've never driven drunk because I've drank so much in my life. Now, on the back of my driver's license, there's a list of organs I need.
My wife and I are big fans of the Pornucopia Sex in the Valley. It's a reality show about the pornography industry in the San Fernando Valley. One episode was about guys that were straight porn stars, but they were doing gay porn because it pays 5 times the money. Yeah, I was in a scene yesterday with 5 guys at the same time, and I'm not even gay. I was like, "You're gayer than I am." That's my favorite thing about LA is the people out there are just so goddamn pretty, man. I'll tell you how it happened. Back in the 20s, they started making movies out there. And when they did, all these beautiful people from all over America flocked the fuck out there to be in the movies. And they couldn't all be in the movies. Some of them got regular jobs, but they met those people that were in the movies. They got together. They had these beautiful babies. Those babies grew up and met other babies from the same area, and they got together and had even more beautiful babies. And almost the exact opposite thing is happening right now in Kansas.
A little ironic that the product that I use to keep from ruining my sofa should I spill my drink on it is actually called Scotch Guard. Sometimes things just work out perfect. Yeah, I'm looking for a product that'll protect my sofa should I spill my scotch on it. What do you have? We've got Scotch Guard. Yeah, let's go with that. Do you have Vodka Guard? How about Sperm Guard?
It's a busy couch.
Don't outlaw those machines. Give them to the state troopers of California because they're some of the worst shots I've ever seen in my life. I saw a shootout once live on TV that went on for so long, eventually the criminal got frustrated and shot himself.
Like when chicks are drunk, I look like I go from a 7 to a 10. That's how it
Right.
You think you're a 7?
The time I was in Austin was the first time I've ever blatantly been offered a 3-way. And I turned it down because it was one of those deals where it was 2 dudes and me. Flew in from Los Angeles, and we were going through LAX and going through screening, and this guy's just losing his fucking mind because I guess he doesn't travel that much. He's not used to this equipment, and he's just going crazy. You know, you can have fun with that. You can do what I do. I take 2 Viagra and demand a pat down. What's that in your pants, Mr. White? I have no idea. You're gonna need to pat that down. Pat it back up again. Give it a couple twists, see if it's hooked to anything.
But anyway, they evacuate the keys and everybody leaves except for one guy who's going to stay there and tie himself to a tree on the beach to prove a point. And the point was, he said that at 53 years of age, he was in good enough physical condition to withstand the wind and the rain from a Force 3 hurricane. Let me explain something to you. It isn't that the wind is blowing, it's what the wind is blowing. If you get hit with a Volvo it doesn't really matter how many sit-ups you did that morning.
But how long have you been doing it again?
4.5 years.
4.5 years.
And you've already got a tight 55 seconds.
What a bitch.
There's absolutely no wrong way to do this. But if there was, that would be That would be pretty fucked up. Yeah. That was a bad way to start a show there, yeah.
I would like to see my dick on a widescreen TV. That way I can quit looking at it through my reading glasses. Put these on, baby. But I told her, I said, you get there at 5:30, you can fly with me. But let me tell you something, sugar tits. At 5:31, I am wheels up and I am fucking gone. I said that. Not very loud, but I said it. 5:31 gets there. Is she there? No. Do I leave? No. Why? Because this dick won't suck itself. That's why. It won't.
We don't care that much about him. I mean, really? Why are we acting like we give a fuck about him?
That's
you?
fair.
No, fuck no.
That's a fair point. I'm no one. This is fun. This is a hobby. I don't do this for a living. So.
It's just a hobby.
Yeah, that's probably good.
I hear the guy sitting next to him go, hey, could you hold it down? My family's trying to watch the show. And she goes, fuck you, we paid our money, whatever the hell we want. And I'm just steaming fucking pissed. They're ruining my goddamn night. I can't hear anything but that. I've been waiting for a year to fucking see this show. And I turned around and very politely, I said, lady, talking during live theater as far as social skills goes is like shitting in the street. He goes, you better mind your own business. I said, you better quit shitting in the street. He goes, I'll have you thrown out of here. I said, if you don't quit flapping your fucking cock holster.
Really, the first time you ever walked on stage? Yeah, it was bad. Yes, it was. But I got to tell you, I would try to give you advice, but I told you to hold the mic closer to your mouth, and you never fucking did it. No, you didn't either. You didn't. I'm just saying, you don't take direction very fucking well. That's all I'm saying.
My wife told me all women want the same thing. They want to marry somebody who will never have sex with anybody else, no matter what. And I said, well, then maybe you should consider marrying somebody that nobody else wants to fuck. My wife told me, she goes, listen, Ron, let's get this straight. Sex is sex, period. I said, no, now, wait a minute. Oral sex is not the same as intercourse. She goes, it's the exact same thing. I said, it's not the same price. They have Snuggies now for dogs, and I love dogs, but if I ever see a dog wearing a Snuggie, I'm going to kill it, because that's what I think the dog would want me to do. You ever smoke so much pot your wife starts to make sense? Me either.